Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So a new Eternal Crusade patch has just dropped, and this video is basically going to cover what is in the new patch. Now, for people probably wondering why am I playing something so heretical, that is due to the actual patch itself. We have a new class elite out, which is the Possessed Marine for the Chaos faction. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to jump in, I'm going to show that class off and what it looks like and stuff like that. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the Possessed Marine. Now, just like the Orc Commando, you cannot edit the loadout at all. You cannot do anything. What you see is what you get. Now, it hasn't got a pistol, it's just got a power fist. So, just like the power fist, you can do charged attacks, you can do fast attacks like this. But obviously, when I say fast attacks, they still are slow because the power fist is a slow melee weapon. You can do the charged one like this. You can see it building up. I'll let it go, and there we go. That does a lot of damage if you can connect right. But all in all, there's really not a lot of offense on this guy, to be fair. The actual power fist itself, I know a lot of people can use it right, but if I come against this guy as ranged, he really can't do anything to avoid me that much, because he hasn't even got a pistol, and you know, you can't even go in there and edit a pistol itself. So it's going to be interesting to actually go against these chaps in the future and see how people learn to play these and how they are in games and stuff like that. It'd be very, very interesting. I would love to hear if anyone's actually been playing this class and you've got any tips or tricks or anything like that. Please post below in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. For the actual look of the guy itself, let's try and get in the sun. It looks nice. It does. It looks decent, but there's one thing that bothers me, and what I'll do now, I'll do some photo editing. Now, on the screen now at the moment is a concept art for this class, and when I look at the concept art and I look back at this class, I feel a bit robbed, because the concept art looks fantastic and you know, when I'm comparing it to this actual model, I feel like they haven't done the Possessed Marine justice. Going off the concept art image. I know concept art is concept art, but I would at least expect the helmet to be pretty decent. I can't really see the helmet, but there's basically just like a little horn on the helmet. It's basically a Mark 7 helmet with just a little horn on it. It looks a bit ridiculous, to be completely fair. It does look a bit ridiculous. The legs with, like, I think it's like skin or like corrupted stuff, like maybe like where the demon's taken over the actual metal itself. Looks pretty nice. The loincloth and stuff with the Chaos Star and the skulls round the waist looks fantastic. I love that. I think the power fist could be more chaos. Again, going back to the concept art, look how it was basically a talon. It was like Horus's talon. Well, I say Horus, Abaddon's talon now, which I feel like it should have really reflected a bit more in game. Again, like I said, the helmet is not very. Yeah, it just really doesn't do anything for me. The helmet, the backpack itself just looks a bit plain. Comparing this to the actual Orc Commando which we had, I think this is definitely below par. I definitely prefer the Orc visual customization of the Orc Commando to this chap, definitely. And there's one more thing I want to speak about as well, and I want to bring it up because I feel that it's wrong, and a lot of the community is bringing it up as well, is that the price of these guys is that they're 25,000 RTC. Now, if I do my calculations correctly, I think that's around $25 about. So really, you're paying $25 for this skin. Basically, that's all it is. You're paying $25 for this skin, and I don't think that this class is worth $25. I'll hold my hands up and say, EC devs, you've messed up on this one. I think this character should have a lot more awesome stuff to go with it. I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm saying for that price, I expected a hell of a lot more. I was hoping that, you know, some of the feedback got back to the developers and the 25,000 RTC price tag as a whole would have gone down. Because I think that is too expensive for just a single character, which is basically like a veteran in game. It's, you know, they can go down quite fast. It's not there's not nothing special about them, in my opinion, just the skin itself. But so yeah, I think the price tag is way too much at the moment, and again, I'll keep putting pressure on to say change the price tag. It's just far too dear for a skin. definitely far too dear. Anyway, let's push on and let's look at some more stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now, I'm just going to quickly go through some of the patch notes which they've just released, and I'm going to have some footage on in the background. Please forgive me because it is chaos and it is heresy. I shall need to purge myself after this. Anyway, this patch was mostly a chaos patch, so that's why I've got the footage on in the background. So let's jump in and let's get started. So it says this is our third, well, it says starting May 12th, there's a Space Marine campaign starting. And this is, it says here, this is going to be our third campaign of faction campaigns, where we are encouraging people to try out other factions. They continue to work amazingly well, with other factions basically breaking our system. So on the 12th of May, the Space Marine faction starts their campaign. On the lines of working amazingly well, I would have to disagree somewhat. It may be okay getting the numbers on, but it's breaking the faction as a whole, because you'll see a huge crowd of people go into that faction and play in that faction. So for people who main a Space Marine, it's going to be absolutely hell for me that week, because I probably won't hardly get any games because the queues are going to be out of the door. It's the same thing that happened with the Eldar. The Eldar and the Space Marine people who main their factions had the same issue. They just, you know, the load times for their games was just ridiculous, and they were having so much trouble. So I'm not really looking forward to the Space Marine campaign that much. They go on to say that as part of the campaigns, they've launched the Scarboy Commando and, of course, the Possessed Marine, which I've just shown off, and the next upcoming hero, well, I say hero, the next upcoming special character is going to be the Damned Legionnaire for the Space Marines. If no one knows who the Damned Legionnaire are, they're basically... how can I explain it? They're basically Space Marines on fire who purge everything. There's probably better descriptions out there, but that is what they are for me. So yeah, Damned Legionnaire coming for Space Marine very, very soon. If we move down to general stuff, let's see what they've added. It says here, players are now able to redeploy when in a vehicle to prevent edge cases of being struck in the vehicle. Yeah, so what the problem was with that is that when you were in a Rhino or something like that, you just couldn't redeploy. When that Rhino, you had to actually jump out while you was in the Rhino, so they fixed that. I actually thought that was a balancing issue, so you know, you couldn't just do a mass redeploy while in the Rhino, since you redeploy from a Rhino, but hey, they fixed it. Tweaked the lighting and post-process volume of Magon Station and Refinery Olypius. Let us know if you think the screenshots look better on those maps now. So it looks like they've made it a lot better, like visually and stuff like that. I'll have to test it out. To be fair, I haven't noticed it at all. I played on it before, but I didn't notice it at all. Fortress Ronan now has a secret parking spot for vehicles inside of the wall on the attacker's right. Well, it's not secret anymore, you just give it away. So yeah, that'll be interesting to do. The Aquila and Laurel on the Aquila Blessed legs now turn gold when wearing relic armor. Okay. The Possessed Marine now benefits from the melee fixes listed below. Now let's go down these melee fixes listed below. It says, so this is a whole new section now called Balance Updates. It says travel distance for a melee weapon. A travel distance for a melee weapon's forehand and backhand attacks are now far more consistent. Travel distance is as fast and strong attacks performed by melee weapons within the same category, and it says in brackets here, swords, axes, /clubs, /fists and claws no longer vary wildly. So it looks like they're narrowing it all down now and getting it into like a nice range where every weapon was just bizarrely had its own rules and stuff like that. Based warp charge regen for warlocks, aspiring sorcerers and their veteran equivalents increased from 7 per second to 10 per second, so they got a buff for that. Warp charge regen delay for warlocks, aspiring, sorry, it was well, I don't know if that's a buff or not. I'll have to test it out. During warp charge regen delay for warlocks, aspiring sorcerers and their veteran equivalents reduced from 2 seconds to 1 second. So that is, I would say, a buff to that class. It says here the duration of the getting up animation for Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines and Eldar has been reduced from 3.67 seconds to basically just 3 seconds flat now, which is in line with the Orcs, which I didn't know that. So Orcs basically got res faster. I didn't know that at all. Reduced damage from the fall off of Lash of Slanesh. Increased range of Slanesh from 15 meters to 25 meters. Removed one tank and one transport from the vehicle spawner on fortress maps. This means attackers can have a total of 4 transports, 2 tanks and 2 ordnance vehicles up at any time, which to be fair is a buff on the defenders, because I can take down vehicles so fast on those maps. So that may be a problem in the long run for people who are attacking the actual fortresses. So that should be interesting when we actually get there and look at it. Okay, on the last section now, these are just bug fixes. I'll quickly try and go through these because I'm sure I'm boring you at the moment. So it says, updated the description of the Scarboy Commando and other upcoming heroes to show that they are elites and have non-editable loadouts. Bloody hell, I can't even speak today. Fix the bug where sticky slugger fire mode displayed in the HUD as single fire instead of automatic fire. Added a vehicle blocking collision volume to ZX to prevent Eldar vehicles from climbing cliffs between capture points A and B. Now that was a huge problem. Now I find that most of the Eldar players are the abusers of the game. I'm sorry if people get offended by this, but every Eldar game I'm in, I always see someone abusing their tanks. They're either getting them up on rocks where they shouldn't be, getting them inside of points where they shouldn't be, and it just makes me pretty angry, really, because I think why do you want to abuse the game? In a way, it's cheating. In a way, to me, I don't like that, and especially I don't like it when I see clans doing it as well. And I think that's very, very stupid. If you're wearing a clan tag and you're representing that group as a whole, and you're going around abusing game mechanics, and like I said, basically cheating. So I'm glad they're fixing stuff like that. It says here, fix the bug where vehicle blocking collision volumes in ZX that were also blocking characters. Remove the railing on the second floor of ZX capture point A that was bisected by some boxes. Fix the piece of debris that was floating by a secret side entrance that passes under the exterior walls on Fortress Agnafio. I'm not familiar with that at all. The new reward shoulder wasn't playing nice with the demon forged armor. Fixed the death screen, sometimes appearing multiple times, and never had that problem at all. Fixed the Night Lord effect for appearing possessed. Improving the vehicle physics, so grenade thrown at a vehicle shouldn't make them go through the floor or fly in the air. That was a huge problem. Again, people were abusing that. I've got a lot of footage of me going around in a Predator or a Rhino, and someone used to throw like a grenade underneath your tank, and because of the physics that were in the game, it just launched your tank into the atmosphere and just blew up. Well, actually, you couldn't jump out of the tank. If you jumped out of the tank, then you got bugged and you had to actually exit the game. You just had to wait to die in the tank. So I'm glad they fixed that, even though it was a quite hilarious bug. I'm glad they fixed it. Fixed for the Warlock and Sorcerer having a need ammo icon on the top of them. Fixed VFX still appearing on stealth characters. Fixed sticky grenades not falling off when flying upward. Fixed stealth transparency pop when looking through a scope. Improvement for hovering vehicle movement. And that is all we have. I think it was around 400 to 500 meg this patch, so it wasn't really a big patch. The main thing that was added was the Possessed Marine. We're going to be seeing the new Damn Legionnaire coming on the 12th. Oh, sorry, well, I think it may be coming at the end of the campaign, not during the campaign. I'm not too sure. Hopefully, it will be before the campaign starts. So you know, we can take a full squad of Damn Legionnaires. That'd be pretty fun to witness. But that is me done, chaps. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope I've passed on some information. Please let me know in the comment section below if you have any feedback regarding this patch. Do you like it? Do you like the Possessed Marine? Do you like some of the bug fixes? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section and let's speak about it, and let's hopefully, like I said, the developers will watch this and they can get some feedback from you guys as well from the comments and all that kind of funky stuff. But I am done. I'm done. I'm going to go play some EC and Purge in the Emperor's name because I feel filthy playing Chaos. I feel very, 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 very filthy. So thank you for watching once again, and I shall see you all soon, brothers. See you now, and bye-bye.